This is a News 3 Now special report.
Well, thanks for joining this News 3 Now special report on coronavirus. I'm Keely Arthur. It's Easter Sunday, and Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers is allowing churches to offer drive-up only services this year. Last week, Republican lawmakers asked him to roll back the safer at home order that prohibits more than 10 people from gathering for a church service. But the governor denied that request for public health and safety reasons.
I would say by Easter we'll have a recommendation, and maybe before Easter.
Meanwhile, President Trump once said today could mark the resurrection of the U.S. economy and a return to work for many Americans. However, social distancing guidelines remain firmly in place nationwide. Churches across the country are posting videos like this, with pastors standing far apart and wearing face masks while inviting their congregations to worship online. Of the 43 states that have issued stay-at-home orders, at least 18 consider places of worship or traveling to and from places of worship to be, quote, essential. The People's Pope is also adjusting his Easter services. Overnight, Pope Francis urged people to, quote, not yield to fear, and focused on a message of hope, as well as leading an Easter Eve service in an empty St. Peter's Basilica. The vigil normally takes place in a church packed with about 10,000 people, but this year it was attended by only about 24, including a few altar servers and a smaller than usual choir. Earlier this week, Pope Francis called healthcare workers, quote, saints next door. Back in the States, many U.S. workers will have more time with their families this Easter Sunday. That's because more retailers than usual will be closed on the annual holiday. Trader Joe's and Lowe's are among those stores that announced they won't be open today. This is in part a thank you to employees who have been working through the COVID-19 pandemic. And a quick programming note to pass along. Since Wisconsinites are asked to stay home this weekend, News 3 Now will be bringing Easter Mass to you. The special service will air at 10:30 a.m. The Mass will be celebrated by Bishop Donald Hying. That's the Bishop of the Diocese of Madison. The number of COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin now tops 3,200, and so far 138 people have died from the virus. Dane County now has 332 confirmed cases and 12 deaths. Milwaukee County still leads the state with more than half of Wisconsin's total number of cases. At least 85 people have died in that county alone. Iowa County is also reporting its 5th positive case just this weekend. Wisconsin National Guard members say they're working to provide critical equipment during the pandemic. About 25 soldiers are providing assistance to the state's Department of Health by sorting personal protective equipment to repackage and then distribute throughout the state. The Guard has also provided support to help staff run self-isolation facilities in Madison and Milwaukee. About 400 citizen soldiers and airmen and women are currently on active duty to support our state. Well, talking about money now, you might want to check your bank account. The IRS says it made an initial wave of stimulus payments this weekend. The money is from Congress's $2.2 trillion stimulus package, attempting to keep Americans and the economy afloat during the pandemic. The IRS says direct deposits will continue over the next few days. The agency is starting with people who have provided banking information while filing taxes through the past few years. But if you don't file a return, it could be a little different. The Treasury Department is launching a new website that provides a free option designed for people who don't have a return filing obligation. That includes those with too little income to file. If you are a veteran or get Social Security, the IRS is exploring ways those payments can be made automatically. People in these groups can use the option for non-filers or wait as the IRS continues to review automatic payment options. More local news now. Governor Evers says the state is looking for volunteers to support Wisconsin's healthcare system during the pandemic. Active and retired healthcare professionals and those who are interested in non-clinical support positions are encouraged to sign up through the Wisconsin Emergency Assistance Volunteer Registry. You can find that on the DHS website. The number of patients in Wisconsin who need to be treated for COVID-19 is expected to surge in the next coming weeks. The goal is to build a network of available volunteers to reduce the hardships on hospitals and clinics that wouldn't normally have the capacity to respond to an increase in patients. Well, thanks for joining the special report. We'll have more on our evening shows and always on channel3000.com.